فهد بن خطاب الفارس الغلاب حطم عرش فارس طاحت لجله رقاب جيناكم.
Why is this completely ignored? As this is a major factor that proves this. Because he says clearly here, what does he say? He goes, I am about to see the angel of death, and if I do not portray this mission, I have not completed my job. And then the ayah drops saying that. So meaning, if he didn't say to follow his Ahlul Bayt on the Quran, he has not completed his role to Allah, which is a major thing. Major.
Firstly, I just want to make one last comment about the other topic before we change the topic. Is clearly Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us in the Quran, don't call upon other than Allah, don't call upon other than him, don't make dua to other than him. And when the Shia say Ya Ali, Ya Hussein, and they're making dua to other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they're going against what Allah said. And wasila and tawassul and intercession can never be what Allah told us not to do. That's one thing. So when it comes to Ghadir Khum, which is the hadith that you're referring to, Sahih Muslim 28 something
2408a
2408a, this hadith doesn't prove the Shia religion la min qareeb wa la min ba'id, not even in the slightest, because there is nothing that we do that goes against this hadith, not one thing. We believe in Ahlul Bayt, we follow Ahlul Bayt, we love Ahlul Bayt, we would fight for Ahlul Bayt, and we stand up for Ahlul Bayt.
Habibi, the other day you said Imam Ja'far Sadiq does zina. I've got the video. How can you say you love the Ahlul Bayt when you just disrespected the teacher of Hanbali and Maliki?
Say that again.
You said Imam Ja'far Sadiq committed zina. How can you love the Ahlul Bayt if you speak so foul about the man?
No, okay, let me tell you something. When the Shia speak to us, they say your prophet was a PDF. This is what the Shia say to us.
No, wait. That's what the Christians and stuff say, because in your books, you label Aisha as 6 years old and 9 when she wasn't. She was 18.
Let me land. So when the Shia say this, when the Shia say your prophet is a PDF because you believe that, she was 9 or whatever, we don't say to them, oh, look, the Shia hate the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam because they said this. When someone is talking about this, they're referring
you're making lies now. No Shia says that you say the Prophet is a PDF. You know that's
they say this
that
to us, akhi.
The Kafirs say this. No.
No, Shia say that.
No. In your books, you lot say this. You say that Aisha in the books was the age of 6 or 9. Aisha narrates this herself. But why did Aisha narrate this herself?
So look, let me land.
The
Shia, they come to us, and firstly they insult Abu Bakr, they insult Umar, they insult Uthman, they insult Muawiyah.
That gives you grounds to insult the Ahlul Bayt.
Let me land. We were having a respectful conversation.
No, we are. I'm just saying, like, how can you say you love the Ahlul Bayt?
I'm gonna explain. Wallah, it's not what it seems. I'm gonna explain.
Okay.
Ja'far as-Sadiq, we believe, was a Sunni Imam. And he was knowledgeable and he was righteous, and we love him and we follow him. And the person who insults Ja'far as-Sadiq, I would spit in his face. Wallahi, I would never ever insult Ja'far as-Sadiq. When I spoke to Abu Karrar, I said according to the Shia books. According to the Shia books, I never ever said according to what I believe, or I just made the statements Ja'far as-Sadiq made zina. Astaghfirullah. I said according to the Shia books, he slept with the Jariya and so on and so forth. So I would never ever insult him openly like that.
Can you quote me the Shia reference?
Yeah, I can bring up the scam, but look, I would never ever, for example, say
I'd like you to quote this, because like I said, when you have uneducated people in here, they run with what you say. I'd like to see this right now with my eyes, that the Shia book says that Imam Ja'far Sadiq alayhi salam, the one who we love dearly, committed zina. Can you show me?
Oh, okay, let me get the scandal.
Yeah, in our books that we take. I'd love to see this.
So it's in Al-Istibsar by At-Tusi, right?
Can you show me, please?
Yeah. Okay, 1 second. Let me just...
big up Kez. I know.
So look, can you see properly? 1 second. So this book is Al-Istibsar by At-Tusi, yeah?
Okay.
This is a long narration.
I want to see this reference with footnotes and context.
Look. Yeah, bro. This is, you know what book this is?
اقرأ.
Al-Istibsar by At-Tusi. He's explaining here that Ja'far al-Sadiq had intercourse with the slave girl of his
Read
wife.
it in Arabic, please.
Oh my God, bro.
Well, you're telling me your own translation. I want you to read in Arabic.
You want me to read it word for word? Okay,
You're good at manipulating the crowd, bro, but not on my panel. You're not gonna look on your live streams, Akhi. You can try Allah's watching. You can manipulate your crowd on your live, but not on my live stream.
Bro, we've shown this a million times. Nobody's manipulating anything, bro. Okay, so can you see?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's saying قال كان أبو عبد الله فيما بين مكة والمدينة. Abu Abdullah, he was between Mecca and Medina. Right? This is al-istibsar. Should I just get to the point where they're talking about
context, bro? Everything has context. You are making a big claim that the Shias say that Imam Ja'far al-Sadiq committed Zina.
Yeah, so the context is that Ja'far al-Sadiq now, he has a wife, and his wife has a slave girl, and I'm going to show it. His wife has a slave girl, and then he sleeps with this slave girl. That's what the context is. So here it says...
So this proves...
Is it clear?
This proves that he committed zina in our books.
Is it clear, by the way?
It's readable there. There it's readable. Someone can screenshot now and read it if they want it. Read it.
Okay. It's a bit awkward because I don't have my setup in it. 1 second.
But the thing is, guys, you don't need to understand. There has to context is when you read the whole page. So if he goes to the first page of the hadith, you're gonna get more context to what this is than him just reading the last bit. Because I can read a lot of things right now from their kitab and not give you the whole context, and you will run with that and be like, oh God, what was that? And you know this yourself very well.
Yeah, so he's saying روي ذلك الحسين بن سعيد عن النضر عن هشام بن سالم عن محمد بن مسلم قال دخلت على أبي عبد الله. He said, I entered upon Abu Abdullah. And he was talking وهو يكلم امرأة فأبطأت عليه. He said he was speaking to someone, so I came closer. And he said, أدنو هذه إسماعيل. This is إسماعيل. جاءت وأنا أزعم أن هذا المكان الذي أحبط الله فيه حجها عام أول. So this is talking about something else. كنت أردت الإحرام. I wanted to do إحرام. ضعوا لي الماء. He said, put for me water. فذهب الجارية. So the جارية, she went بالماء. فوضعته. فاستخففتها. فأصبت منها. Here, look. I can zoom in to that part.
Yeah.
He said, فاستخففتها فأصبت منها. So now he is saying... Sorry, Uncle. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Go on. I'm waiting for you to finish so I can say what I'm going to say.
What does فاستخففتها, what does that mean?
You tell me what your translation to that is.
So فاستخففتها means I liked her, basically. فأصبت منها means I slept with her. Right? فقلت, that's literally in Arabic language, that's what it means. So he says to her, اغسلي رأسك. He said, wash your head and wash it properly. مسحا شديدا.
What's he doing here then? What's he telling to do?
He's telling her to do ghusl. He's telling her to do ghusl.
There you go. So where's this zina? What's this got to do with zina?
He said, فاستخففتها فأصبت منها. That's why she's doing ghusl. He said, I had sex with her, that's why she's doing ghusl.
You're not listening to the words you're repeating right now, and it's making me laugh. And that's why I want you to keep repeating it.
Why?
You keep repeating it. Keep repeating it. I know, bro. Don't worry. I know what we're getting with this.
Wallahi, that's what it says, bro.
Bro, do you know what the context of this thing is? Do you know the context of it?
Yeah.
This is all got to do with Rasul and teaching Rasul.
Huh?
This is about Rasul. What's this chapter? What's the governing of this chapter? Is the order of Rasul, no? The ritual of what?
Brother, look, the point is, he said, فَاسْتَخْفَفْتُ مِنْهَا فَأَصَبْتُ مِنْهَا. فَاسْتَخْفَفْتُهَا فَأَصَبْتُ مِنْهَا. This, any Arab person can tell you what this means. This means that فَاسْتَخْفَفْتُهَا, I liked her, فَأَصَبْتُ مِنْهَا, and I had intercourse with her. And then he says, wash your head properly and, dry your head and so on. لا تعلم به مولاتك. So that your, meaning his wife, your master, does not know what happened. Right? And then he said, فَمَسَّتْ مَوْلَاتُهَا رَأْسِهَا. That her mistress, basically the one who owns her, she touched her head.
Mm-hmm.
And then she saw that it was wet.
Mm-hmm.
And then فَحَلَقْتُ رَأْسَهَا. And then she shaved off her hair. وضربتها, and she basically beat her up. فقلت لها هذا المكان الذي أحبط الله فيه حجك. Now your hajj is invalid. Now there's a question, why does it say that having intercourse...
My question was, why did you call Imam Ja'far as-Sadiq a zania? That he did zina? That he did zina?
I didn't.
Bro, with the video, I said there, bro. What are you talking about?
Yeah. So
your word wasn't in your books he committed zina. You said Ja'far as-Sadiq committed zina.
According to the Shia books.
You didn't say that on the thing. You didn't. If you said that, one could understand. I didn't see in the clip you saying according to this, according to that. You're bringing up false hadiths. I can show you hadiths, bro. I can show you hadiths. Habibi, 1 second. You're bringing up false hadiths. I can show you hadiths. I can show you hadiths from your books that say a lot about Aisha. Where do we go from there? But there's a lot that's there. What did it write? Da'if. But am I sitting here and I can bring you a whole list of things that says this about Aisha, that from your own books. But I'm not here trying to manipulate the crowd. Nor am I trying to misguide them. So I don't know where you're going with this. You know what you're pulling up. You know exactly what you're trying to do.
Look, Rambo. So look. Wallahi.
And that gives you a reason to say to Ja'far as-Sadiq zina.
No, look. Anyone who knows me knows that we believe Ja'far as-Sadiq was a righteous Imam. We believe this. We believe he was a righteous man, an alim, and we would never curse him. And that he was, the most... I just showed that it was sahih. We believe that... we believe that he was righteous. But I'm talking about the Shia books. There's no, ill intent. I'm just saying because Abu Qarrar, he spoke about some Sahaba doing certain things, and I responded with his books saying certain things about the Imams. It wasn't like me going around and saying, Ja'far as-Sadiq does zina and so on. But from the Shia books, this is what it says. Do you understand? Anyways, look.
Okay, like you showed me sign for Shia, but I can show you sign from your one then. Sahih Muslim Hadith 1453. Are you aware of this one?
Go on, read it.
Salha bint Suhail told the Prophet that Salim, who has been raised in a household, was now an adult and her husband felt comfortable with his continued presence. The Prophet instructed her to suckle Salim so that he would become her milk-related mahram. Sahla expressed surprise because he was an adult, and the Prophet smiled and repeated that he was an adult. So this is how we make the Prophet look like.
So look, firstly,
I'm just repeating it. Sahih Muslim Hadith 1453. No, I'm showing you both can play this game, bro.
No,
I'm showing you that you're not the only one who can play this game.
What does that hadith you just said, what does it prove?
The disrespect on the name of Rasulullah and the things that he doesn't say. He says here, that Sahla told the Prophet that Salim, you asking me or you want
in your own words, can you tell us what it says?
You're going to interrupt me or not?
Can you tell us what you read it?
It's saying that the Prophet instructed, another man to suckle on a woman that was not his mahram or not married to him at all, just so he can walk around freely in the house and
it wasn't a man. Firstly, it was a boy. Secondly, the Prophet in Al-Kafi, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, it said,
we can keep going
with an authentic narration, with an authentic narration that he suckled from Abu Talib, from the breast of Abu Talib. These are ridiculous narrations in the books.
Don't take that. Sorry, mate.
He says it there in Al-Kafi.
We can go back. We can go hadith for hadith.
And Al-Kafi says all of it is authentic. Anyways, look. Let's not do this childish. Let's not do this childishness.
We can keep going back and forth.
Let's not do
there's
this
a lot of
childish.
things.
Look,
Like
Rambo, you asked me a question. You said to me, why did you say that about Ja'far as-Sadiq in the park? And I explained. Let's not turn this into insults and going
I'm not
back and forth.
insulting. Hold on, pause. You're the one doing. Hold on, no. You just said it from your mouth that reading out your hadith has become an insult. So when you just did that about one of us that you nitpitted, that's not insult. But when I read your hadith to you, it becomes an insult. What's this?
I didn't say
double standards, bro?
I didn't say you insulted. I said let's not turn it into insults.
Why did you say that? Who insulted then? Because I never did no insult.
Look, by the way,
you know I'm
by
right
the way,
here.
but no, I didn't say you insulted anything. I'm saying let's not turn it into insults,
Okay,
because
I was never
this can
going
become
into
like
insult,
a back and
bro. I
forth
was just
insult.
reading hadiths.
But can I ask you a question? You said that to show me the narration, it doesn't exist in that. I actually showed you now, yeah. I showed you where it says in Al-Istibsar by At-Tusi, where the narration says. Can we move on now?
No, because who's a Tusi though? Who cares about everything? Who cares what he says?
Sheikh Al-Taifa.
You can't just nitpick things from different people and have your own context behind it and says he
Wait,
said.
did you say who cares what At-Tusi says?
About the versions that you make up about what he says. Listen to me.
Okay.
Your context of what he says, no one cares of. When you want to speak of a hadith, for example, there's reasons why scholars exist. Right or wrong? Because this will benefit you and your hadiths too. There are reasons why scholars exist, so they give context. So you are even scared to let anyone in here give you a little bit of context on that. This is why you don't let me rise no one. Because listen, Habibi, one second and listen. I've never been the type of person to speak on stuff that I have not been educated on. There are some subjects that you may not be educated on, and some that I not be, okay? But you would not want to hear it from someone else. Why?
Rambo, look, I came up right earlier, and I told you I can't be bothered to go back and forth with 10 guys one after the other, which is what happens. I know this. I've done this 100 times, right? And look, I came up. You were speaking respectfully, mashallah.
I'm still trying to, inshallah.
It was 12 viewers, and I came up. I wanted to have like a one-to-one conversation with you. Now this now it's becoming a big conversation. You want to rise other people, inshallah. Look, we'll have a conversation offline. We'll have a heart-to-heart, as they say, inshallah. And I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to guide all of us. The initial conversation was about Tawheed and Shirk. And my advice to the Shia is, look, this is a matter of life and death. It's a matter of Jannah and Nar. Look in the Quran and research. And inshallah ta'ala, you should, by the end of that, become Sunni. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'll speak to you soon, Rambo.
Run away.
Running from
you give an exit statement and then run. I want to be able to give an exit statement too, mate, for you. Like, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide you and me and everyone here, because this is not a competition. Firstly, it's not a competition. Secondly, if you want to bring this viewer stuff, bro, you don't think you know me on TikTok, bro. I've been number 100 times on these rankings. I don't care for this stuff. I'm
just saying, the reason I came up,
clout and all of that stuff. I've had more viewers than you've ever had in your life, bro. It's nothing Rambo, to do with that. No, I saw you try to put a little bit in there.
No, I'm saying the reason I came up is because I wanted to speak to you, like, with not many people in it. I wanted to have an actual conversation with you. But now it's become many people are watching. Now we have to prove things. Now our reputation is on the line, and you feel like you have to. You said to me, show me where Ja'far as-Sadiq. You said to me, show me where Ja'far as-Sadiq says, like he did zina in the books of the Shia, and I showed you. And so inshallah ta'ala we'll speak another time when we
showed me, but that still gives you a reason to say out loud for us. So you
admit I showed you.
I don't agree that he committed zina. I agree,
but he says it.
Your version of context.
But he says it here.
He didn't say it. That's not him saying it in that book. Why are you making lies now?
It is.
It's not him. Is that him just footnoting and signing off and saying I said
no,
this?
It's not the footnote, it's the actual narration.
That he himself said, or someone said he said.
It's the actual narration. Allah, it's the actual narration.
Maybe all this giggling stuff we can all do.
Anyways, take care, inshallah. Rambo will speak another time. Salam alaikum.